How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So there is one feature on a watch that I highly recommend that your watch have. And it is very important, and most people do not think of this. But in my opinion, if you're doing Minuteman, bug out bag, or just military environment or law enforcement, or you're trying to keep quiet, one feature is absolutely required, and it is required for me. And that would be a vibrate feature. As in alarm, it doesn't have to beep at you when it's time to wake up, or it doesn't have to flash, as in alerting you. It can vibrate. Now, there's not too many watches out there on the market that do this. This is a Garmin Instinct 2X Tactical. Really good watch. I highly recommend it. I've done multiple videos on it, but one of the features that I recommend is that vibrate feature. Now, the Garmin Tactic series also incorporates that, and there's also a G-Shock that allows vibrate to be incorporated into the alarm system. So why is that so important? Well, for military folks, at least like myself, when you're sleeping or training or even in an operational environment, you're sleeping somewhere and it's time for you to wake up. You do not want the beep, the auditory beep of an alarm waking you up, or even the flash, the visual flash of like, hey, this is going off. That's a light source. And especially if you're in a contested environment, that can be heard and it can be saw. So yes, the vibrate, you can hear it slightly, but it's very minimal. I'm talking like 2 feet away, you're not really gonna be able to hear the vibrate at all. But the beep, you could be very far away. If it's a quiet environment, you can hear that from a distance off. So if you wanna wake up before your shift, with typically, you know, if you're doing security or polling security, you're probably going to wake up every 2 to 4 hours or something like that and rotate in and out. Well, I tend to wake up like 5 minutes prior just so I can get my gear together and everything like that. But I don't want to alert other people or potentially enemies me sleeping in my bag when it's time for me to wake up. Especially if it's time for me to wake up and there is something, you know, people are walking close by us. And as soon as I wake up, that's why I look around and see, hey, what's going on? Where's the people at? You know, do we need to be quiet? That vibrate feature is massively going to help because it's not going to give away your location. And some of you are going to say, oh, that's no way there's an alarm that's going to give away your location. You would be surprised. And I guarantee you, there's going to be people in the comments that definitely agree with me and go, absolutely, you don't want anything sound-wise to be worrisome. So like I said, the Instinct series, the Tactic series of Garmin, and then also a G-Shock allows this. So it's a really good handy feature that I've used in the military through different watches too, like Tactic series. I've owned several, like 3 or 4 different types of Tactic series, and they have a vibrate feature, which is awesome. Now, if you just don't mind getting woke up by, you know, your buddy or something, then it's really not that big of a deal. But I think it's a notable feature and a very cool one that technology has progressed to, that it's not just beeping at you when it's time to wake up. You can be quiet about it and just hear or feel it on your wrist. Now, you deep sleepers out there, it might be a little bit more difficult. This may not wake you up, but hey, give it a try. I have used this, especially even just normal environment. If I have to wake up very, very early for shift or something, and I don't want to disturb my wife, sometimes I just sleep with my watch on and use that because I don't want to wake her up because she's kind of a light sleeper. So you could use this in your everyday or whatever you want. I'm just giving you examples, and in my opinion, a mandatory item or feature on a watch that you should have. Agree, disagree, whichever it is, this is my opinion. I recommend it. I think it's beneficial. It is what it is. Highly recommend you guys subscribe, or just checking if you subscribe, because you may have subscribed already, but YouTube likes to pull those subscriptions weird because I like to talk about controversial weird things sometimes about pew-pews and other Minuteman tactics and stuff, and we all know that certain people frown upon those things. So I highly recommend, or please, or at least I'm asking, could you please subscribe? It helps out the channel massively. I greatly appreciate it. PayPal, Patreon, if you want to be involved in that kind of stuff, it's definitely there. But other than that, that's a mandatory feature of my watches that I enjoy, on specifically the digital ones. I don't know if you agree with that, but it is what it is. I hope you all have a great day.